What's up, chat? Welcome back to another live stream. Today we are back with some more co-working vibes. So you guys are going to help me out, kind of working a little bit more on the past browser plugin. You know, this is stuff I have to do, and you are free to tag along. How everyone is feeling today? Agent, what's up? Nice to see you. CVT Mal, what's up, brother? Sean, nice to see you, man. How you doing? Move along to YouTube, man. It's just much better, man. Just go to YouTube or Twitch. How is the sound, chat? Let me know if it's too noisy or not. Eden, how you doing? Beck Khalifa, what's up, dude? Huberto, how you doing? Nice to see you. Today we are, with some house music. I hope you guys like this kind of music. I do, at least, so that's important. That being said, I do have an announcement to do. So let me actually move here and just let you know that I don't know if you guys know who this dude is in fact the creator of Filament, and he is coming next Friday to my live stream. So we are indeed having a live stream about Filament next Friday and Jeffrey Way next Monday, which is kind of insane, having 2 days full interviews here on the channel, and I think will be awesome. Itzan, how you doing? Shelter, when auto migration generations in Laravel? I don't know, dude. Negative, how you doing? Nice to see you. Everything is perfect, man. How you doing yourself? Yep, Jeffrey Way, man. Jeffrey Way next Monday, chat. And next Friday we have the creator of Filament to talk about Filament 4. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there is a bunch of stuff new on Filament. We can actually read about this, though. Oh, Laravel Daily. Let's actually read this in preparation for next Friday. Let me just turn off the music a little bit. Okay, chat. Let's actually start the stream by reading this stuff. I do have to prepare a little bit myself for next Friday. I actually had, in mind of actually building a Filament 4 application. What do you think, though? I think building a Filament 4 application with the creator of Filament will be awesome, because there is probably a bunch of stuff I don't want to do, Markovic from TikTok. I cannot actually open links, from people I don't know on stream, because it's a little bit dangerous. But, send me that link on Discord. Check my Discord channel, and you can send me that link over there. I will check it up front and then let you know, if I can review it on stream. There we go. This is literally my, my Discord channel. Yeah, difficult to get Jeffrey Way on Laracon, but we have Jeffrey Way on the stream. That's actually insane, by the way. I'm super happy about that. But yeah, Jeffrey Way is coming next Monday, chat. Again, next Monday, Jeffrey Way. Next Friday, we have the creator of Filament, okay? So talking about Filament, Filament 4 is literally out on beta, I think. I think it's kind of cool that we react to this a little bit. And I can possibly create a segment for YouTube too. Hey Puyapal, how you doing? Puyapal, by the way, we are literally working on past plugin browser during the live stream today, okay? I know that you made this pull request that does a bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna review this, in a second, okay? The tech stack in Laravel Cloud is obviously Laravel, React, Inertia, and past PHP. And Tailwind, of course. All right, chat, let's start by reading this. By the way, chat, who here actually uses Filament? Filament 4 is coming out. I think the beta is already out, apparently, by this article. Yeah, apparently, Filament 4 beta is out. So, chat, let me know if you are using Filament already. I'm using Filament on Pinkery, okay? Pinkery, which is this social media I have done, it's literally running on Filament at the moment, okay? So every time someone sends me something that I should review, like moderate, I actually go to Filament and I perform the moderation over there. Does any of you uses Filament at the moment? I think, it's actually a very good project, okay? Puyapal is saying that I use Filament and all my clients uses Filament too. Negative is saying Nova is still my way to go. They're different though, right? Because Nova feels like an admin panel, but Filament feels a little bit, kind of a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? But let's read this. Let's read this chat. I'm actually curious to see what is new in Filament. And potentially for next Friday, we can be a little bit more prepared to what's coming, to what's coming. So let's read this. Filament V4 is out. Filament V4 is actually out, the beta version. And I know that a bunch of you are actually fans of Filament. I am a fan of Filament myself. I'm using Filament on pinkery.com to moderate literally the social media. And the beta is out. Okay, let's read this article from Laravel Daily, which is Povilus, about Filament V4. I'm going to make this 1,000 times bigger so we can read this together. Okay, so Filament V4 beta released 4 new features that you need to know about. Okay, so apparently on this article, we don't have the entire changelog, but we do have the 4 most important features that are coming to Filament. So Filament V4 beta is officially out and packed with new features. In this article, I have picked the 4 most important ones, so let me demonstrate. Notice, Filament is still a beta version. That's important, chat, like literally. It's still a beta version. So, it's still something being worked by the Filament core team. So Filament is still a beta version, so it might be breaking changes and undocumented features. Use it with caution. The very first one is faster tables, no code changes needed. Okay, Chad, I'm going to be honest with you. When I have tried Filament 3 on stream, I did found that Filament was a little bit slow sometimes. I don't know if this thing will fix that, but I remember for even simple use cases, sometimes Filament was kind of slow. Do you guys agree with me? Did you also felt that sometimes Filament 3 was slow? Because apparently they are fixing that for Filament V4, Adrian is saying the following. This was because in Filament V3, all elements were blade components. Okay. Interesting. Are they going to mention that at some point? Oh, they do. Nice. Let's continue. If you have a table with a lot of rows, you might have performance issues with Filament 3. So this was our case on the project we had built here on stream. I have shown you them on a YouTube video a few months ago. Now, with Filament V4, they have completely changed how table cells are rendered. And I tested it in some project as in that video. The table looks like this when 10,000 orders in DB showing 100 rows at once. Paginated, I assume. Here is the performance on Filament V3. So rendering 100 rows was taking more than 1 second. Interesting. Okay, network time included. So more than 1 second, network time included. And that represented, using Laravel debug bar, more than 100 blade views. This is actually a lot, indeed. Okay, I know that blade, depending how you are using blade, but sometimes if you are using blade incorrectly, it can actually be slow. You know what I mean? It can actually be slow. Josh, what's up? Nice to see you. Akathos, what's up? Ruliot Fixer, how you doing? Vilip Machaditos, can you explain what is Filament for those who don't know? Absolutely. WordPress is like WordPress on steroids. Just 1,000 times better than WordPress, honestly. I feel like they're actually different, to be honest, but Filament is literally this. Let's go to Filament, actually. Let's go to Filament, chat. Filament.com is... How do they sell Filament here, though? I see Filament as a CMS, literally a CMS, a panel builder, an admin panel, a table builder, a form builder. Basically, you can build apps like this one. Let me show you the demo to you. Here we go. You can build stuff like this with Filament. The creator will be here next Friday, chat. Don't forget about that, all right? The creator of Filament will be here next Friday, June 13, next Friday at 8 p.m. UTC. The creator of Filament will be here on stream. And then next Monday, we have Jeffrey Way. Oh yeah, baby. Jeffrey Way. Have you looked at Dagger as replacement for Blade? I haven't, man. Pablo is saying 100% better than Nova. I think they're different, dude. I don't think you can compare them, actually. That's because they're not using Pokio. That's a good one, dude. Nope is saying, Morning Nuno, I'm a long-time Laravel developer or a long-time developer getting started with Laravel. If you were to start with Laravel today, I would start with Laracast, dude. Honestly, Laracast is the best place to learn Laravel today. So I would recommend you to just literally learn everything you know from that place. Oh, it's same as Blade? Okay. Anyways, let's continue here. All right, so basically 100 Blade views were being rendered on that 100 girls example, and that was taking more than 1 second. How about now? Wow. Okay, so that's almost a second difference. And now we have just 4 Blade views rendered instead of 100. That's insane, though. That's a big performance improvement, by the way, right there. And this is actually interesting because it's including the network time. Like this 600 milliseconds is including the network time, which is insane. So I think this is like 2.3 times faster, but it's way more than that actually, because network time is being included here. You know what I mean? Yeah, Laracast is the best place to learn, indeed. Okay. So that's 2 times faster. Impressive, isn't? I haven't changed anything in the code and just launched the upgrade guide script. Oh, because this article is written by Paul Villas, this is actually a real world example. So it's not the fancy one like from the filament changelog. It's actually from a real world project, which is kind of cool. And apparently there is also a few performance improvements made on other parts of Filament. Partial re-rendering to avoid re-rendering the whole page if you don't need to. That's awesome. Oh, and now they are literally also using JavaScript on the front end instead of Livewire. That's actually a common mistake from people from Livewire. If you are using Livewire, sometimes you can actually just do the code using Alpine.js. You know what I mean? Just regular stuff, because people think that because they are using Filament they need to do like everything. They are using Livewire, they think they need to use Livewire all the time, when sometimes you can just use regular JavaScript for the stuff you are doing. You know what I mean? By the way, chat, if you just arrived, my name is Nuno, PHP and Laravel developer, streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you love my work, give me a follow just below. Put a like on the video and all those cool things. I'm literally trying this new thing today as well. You see this viewer count on top, but it's not working as expected. Oh my god, you see this stuff right here? It's not actually working as expected because I expected this to work with Twitch viewers and everything. It's only working on the YouTube. I'm going to remove this and work on this later. Kind of insane. Anyway, chat, if you appreciate my work, give me a follow just below and subscribe my channel if you really appreciate everything I do, chat, all right? Renato is saying, after learning inertia, Livewire looks like a workaround. I don't know, man. I feel like both frameworks are awesome, by the way, okay? I think both frameworks are awesome. Pro is saying, hi Nuno, what's up, dude? I missed you from Budapest. Congratulations on the meetup. That was awesome to see. Okay, so apparently they fixed the performance issues they were having on Filament. That's interesting. That's actually a very good improvement. Probably the biggest one we're going to see today. Okay. Tables with data from API. On Filament 4, table data don't necessarily have to come from Eloquent. Oh. The most typical use case would be external data from some API. This was one of the most weighted Filament v4 features by the community. Interesting. So previously, you had to use Eloquent to display data on the table? That was it? Wow, that was actually a big one then. You know. For those of you who are using Filament every day, so you had to actually have an Eloquent model always associated to a table. You couldn't, for example, just display an array, for example. Hey Sven, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Code Solution Software, what's up, dude? Nice to see you as well here on stream. Thank you for coming, man. Renato is saying, one of the best things I did was buy one-time payment on Laracasts. Touche on that, dude. I do agree with you, man. Edwin is saying that was possible, but he needed sushi. Oh, the package from Caleb. This one. Yep. This is actually a good project. I remember this one. This project basically allows you to have static eloquent models or basically eloquent models without actually a database. You can just basically use an array driver exactly. So here is Povilas actually trying this feature with a Disney Characters API. So effectively doing an API call and displaying that information on potentially on a table, I assume. So this would be the code. Oh, nice. You just have to call this table records and then just basically return back those records from an API call. That's actually interesting. So I feel like the real sauce is on this new records method instead of actually, relying on an eloquent model. And then you actually have a table just like normal. Interesting. Okay, what else? Nested resources, another feature that people were waiting for. Now you can provide a parent-related resource to achieve this behavior with the child resource edit form. Oh, okay, so this was not possible in the past? Interesting. This is actually something that we have on, Nova has at least, Puyapal is saying, I'm curious to see the pagination how pagination works with static data. Oh, you mean this one? Yeah, actually, it's interesting. What else? Rich editor improvements. Filament text editor switches from tricks to TipTap. This is the one we are using as well on Laravel Cloud. TipTap. With new features for more powerful content management. Merge tags. You can add placeholders to be used in the text and then render their values from the database. That's pretty cool. Custom blocks. You can prepare some blocks of text or HTML and make it drag droppable into the editor. By the way, I love the way Povilas writes these articles. With AI coming, people actually forget how actually good it is to read simple text. Like, to describe what is custom blocks, you don't need a whole book, You can literally describe them with a simple sentence. So I love how simple this article is. So basically, you can prepare those custom blocks and just drag and drop them. Very interesting. And there is way more on the Filament official overview article. Oh, wow. A lot of stuff here. Interesting. Regardless, chat, don't forget, next Friday, we have literally the creator of Filament here on the channel. If you don't want to miss it, be sure to subscribe my channel. And also, we have next Monday, Jeffrey Way, the creator of Laracas, here on the channel too. And honestly, this dude, it's kind of difficult to have him. So we probably are going to have him just once for a lifetime. We better just, enjoy and have fun with him here, okay? So creator of Laracas next Monday and the creator of Filament next Friday. March 1984, thank you so much for the subscription through Prime. I really appreciate your support, dude. Thank you so much. Farouk is saying the following. Hi, Nuno, I have a question. Today I wasted more than 6 hours trying to make Reverb working on Laravel 12 and React with Herd on Windows. Still not working. Really, dude? Because I actually have Reverb working on Laravel Cloud locally. It just works. Povilas is harder to get on stream, I believe. Well, I have actually tried, and the dude said, what did he say? I can't remember, but it wasn't available at the moment. But I'm pretty sure, like, if we really want it, we can probably have him, you know what I mean? Arthur is saying the following. What's up, guys? Nuno, you have no idea how much I was craving for your live stream. Thanks for making my wishes come true. Oh, thank you so much, dude. Yeah, this Friday, the creator of Filament is coming. Okay, chat? So this Friday, the creator of Filament. Next Monday, Jeffrey Way. That being said, it's time to start some co-working vibes, chat. Again, you guys know Laracon US is coming, and I'm one of the speakers. I'm actually supposed to actually open the conference again, and Past 4 will be announced on that Laracon. And one of the things I'm working is Past plugin browser. Now, this is actually a totally revolution regarding browser testing in PHP because it brings something, call it Playwright for PHP. If you think you know what browser testing is, just forget everything you know. This thing right here is just in another level. Okay, you can basically use any browser you want. You can use mobile phones. You can use pretty much everything and test that using Past PHP. That's what I want to bring for PHP, okay? Now, there is a lot of stuff to do, so you guys know I'm bringing some co-working vibes here to today's live stream again. We're going to work on this together a little bit more, if you guys don't mind. I hope you guys appreciate this. And what the heck? One second, chat. Yeah, we need this. Here we go. Co-working vibes just started, and let's go. Edin Sense is saying the following. Any idea when two-factor authentication is coming out for starter kits? They don't have already two-factor authentication? I'm pretty sure they do. Oh, maybe they don't. Oh, maybe they do. I'm pretty sure they do. No? Hey, Canada, how you doing? Do you also develop on front-end or mainly back-end? That's actually a good question. So I do both, front-end and back-end. I think, let's say, I'm good doing back-end. I'm good doing Livewire, React, or Vue. I'm not good doing Tailwind CSS. I'm going to just be honest with you. So I can do very good back-end code, very good front-end code, but Livewire, Alpine, Vue.js, React. But then when it comes to CSS, it's just over, because I don't know, man. It's just weird for me. I don't know what you guys feel about CSS, but it will never click on my head, literally. Because nothing makes sense, so that's why I never click on my brain, I'm good with stuff that makes sense though, but CSS, it doesn't. Canada is saying I like CSS. I don't, man. I don't understand this shit. All right, let's put some house music. Chat, let me know if you enjoyed the house music or if you prefer no music at all. Let's work, boys and girls. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can do the basics with Tailwind CSS, but when you work with real designers, everything needs to be pixel perfect, and I'm not good at that, There is stuff I simply don't know how to do, and it's okay as well, It's okay. That's why there is literally infra developers or backend developers, you know what I mean? That's totally fine. It's kind of crazy that without glasses, I can't see shit. Literally, I cannot see anything. I'm here pretending that I'm reading the chat, but without glasses, I can't see anything really. Literally, I cannot see anything. All right, let's see now. Oh my god, 1,000 times better. All right, chat, let's get started on this today. All right, first thing I'm going to do is fix the test suite, which apparently is broken. Oh, I have something to tell you, chat. I literally forgot. I bought a new keyboard. Okay, I bought a new keyboard. The keyboard I bought is called... I forgot the name. Jesus Christ, man. I'm so bad at this game. Let me see. Keyboard. Oh, here we go. All right, so I bought this keyboard. By the way, chat, let me know if the music is too loud, okay? It's always a problem for me. So that's Keychron 1 max. Here we go. Yeah, I think it's one of these, but I don't know if it's good enough, but you guys let me know. Hey Space, how you doing? Nice to see you here today, man. Chat, let me know, it's important how the music is. Let me know, okay? Alright, let's fix a test suite. First things first, let's just type composer test to see how it goes. What is a Kinesis keyboard, dude? Apple keyboards are the best. The Apple keyboard is the one I have at the moment, you know. But I really want to try keyboards that literally, you know, bring some very good sounds to the microphone, like relaxing sounds, and I want to try that one. You know what I mean? Thank you, Space. Exactly, like, you know, SMR is actually a real thing, like literally. It's just so relaxing sometimes. You are literally just hear people typing on a keyboard. It just relax my brain. So that's kind of one of the things I want to bring a little bit. I wouldn't call it SMR, but just literally relaxing noises, basically, you know. If you can program, like, and also make relaxing noises, I think it'll be fun. What do we have here? We have literally one test failing, calling get rule by test. Why this is failing? Get. What is the name of it again? Oh my god. Hey Divide, how you doing? Puyapal is saying there is no music. Are you serious right now? Oh, there is music for sure. You just cannot hear it. Execution context was destroyed. Interesting. Okay, chat, I'm going to teach you something. Not a lot of people know about this, but you can actually run the same test multiple times with past PHP. Like hundreds of times if you want to. This is exactly what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to go to test browser playwright locator test. There we go. This should be actually passing now. And what I'm going to do is go here and run this test 1,000 times. Hey, Divide. I'm literally working on my past browser plugin at the moment. What's the name again? Locator test. Okay, so something I want to do now is literally go to locator test. Here we go. And attach this little thing before each. Repeat 1,000 times. Maybe like 10 times for now to see how it goes. So this will literally rerun every single test at least 10 times, which is very interesting to discover flackiness, you know. Exothos is saying, hint for lazy people, just make an alliance which is P that proxies to vendor bin pass. That's actually an interesting one. I could be attached to that alliance, by the way. Yeah, let's do that actually. So alias p equals to vendor bin pest. Here we go. Can I do this now? Oh, I can. Nice. 1,000 times better. Let's just type p now. Legendary call. Roberto is saying that's an interesting feature. I need to switch to past ASAP. Yeah, man, you're probably the only one not on past it right now. Okay, this is not flaky, apparently, but it's still failing for some reason. Huh. Okay, it's probably just flaky sometimes. Ectothos is saying you could even add default flags to an alias. Oh, you mean, yeah. I know that, for example, one friend of mine, called it Francisco Madeira, he actually has like, you know, AM for artisan migrate, AMF for artisan migrate fresh, has a bunch of them. The tank, exactly. Can you run PHP unit tests with past? The answer is yes. Okay, definitely this stuff is flaky as fuck at the moment. And I know why, because I haven't implemented the wait. That's why. Oh, okay. We are going to do that today too. Nice, 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 nice. However, today, Chad, I want to kind of focus on something else. But let's commit this at the moment. Adjust test coverage. Or let's just implement the await first. Yeah, let's do that actually. Okay. There is one thing I want to work on today, which is on the past PHP, this one. Something I do need to do is kind of await to this expectation to be true. Okay, this is something that actually Playwright does by default, and we don't have that yet. And this actually causes some tests to fail, and this is visible is one of them. Let's go there. So you see this page go to. This literally visits the that given URL, and then we get the profile section, and we expect the profile section to be visible. However, what sometimes happens is that because we didn't wait for the navigation to be over, that particular section might not be visible yet. So something we need to do is on everything really, we need to wait for the action to be over. Okay, so the go-to is actually one example. So the go-to is already waiting, actually. Wait for the load, which is interesting. Exactly, we need the wait for selector, exactly. I'm wondering something. Something that actually would be cool would be actually being able to reproduce this multiple times. I'm going to repeat this stuff for 100 times, for example, and just run this one at the moment. Ronato is saying the following: did you see the new version of Mac OS, which will come with native support for containers? That's awesome, man. Honestly, kind of using Docker on Mac OS was sucking so hardcore. So I'm happy that they make that faster. That's what you're talking about, right? Because previously it would be just slow, and that would be annoying. I'm gonna make the page go to somewhere else first before going to that page again. This should actually make the test fail. Potentially. It doesn't. Crazy. Let me try something then. I'm gonna go directly to the expectation itself and wait right there. I'm gonna go to source. Should I do like this? Potentially. Wait it to be visible. Wait for state. Oh, visible is a default? Nice, okay. So maybe we just have to do this. There is no wait for, I think. Oh, there is. Okay, well, that will work. Let's just use this now then. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for the element before actually performing any assertion on it. Kind of wish this would be the default though. Let me check if I can just do that. Like potentially at locator level. Let me see. When we are doing something like this. Yeah, let's do that actually. Locator. I'm not sure if this will work, but let's see how it goes. Wait for. Yeah, let's see how it goes now. All right, let's run a test suite entirely and see if it's flaky again. Maybe this will do it. We have a failure already. Oh, we actually have multiple ones. 1,000 of failures at the moment. Timeout exception. Yeah, typically timeout exception is that when the wait just waits forever. Interesting. Let's try to run a single test now, like the tests, browser, playwright, locator is visible. Oh, I know why this is failing, because this hidden element is not visible. Therefore, when we do new locator, we cannot wait for it because technically it's not, it's not even there. That's interesting. Hey Tendai, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. I'm literally working on my past plugin browser. That's what I'm doing today, okay? By the way, Shad, I do have an interesting story to tell you. As you guys know, or if you don't know, it's fine too. I'm actually on TikTok too now. And it's a whole new world, man. Like honestly, people there, they have a totally different idea of what PHP is. It's kind of insane because if I tweet something on Twitter, for example, or on Blue Sky, or on YouTube even, everyone is familiar with what is modern PHP. But if I go to TikTok, it's just, everyone is so harsh with me. It's just insane. TikTok is brutal, like, honestly, just insane. I'm gonna send you the link in case you want to check it out, all right? It's worse than Reddit, dude. Honestly, TikTok is worse. It's like 1,000 times worse than Reddit. Exactly. It's a different generation from mine. That's for sure. But you will see go to that TikTok link, check the comments on my videos. It's actually insane. I'm not in Laravel Live UK now. Not at the moment. Okay, this wait for it is kind of interesting because I cannot wait for something which is not there. So I cannot work this way, basically. It might be that we have to do this at expectation level. So we go here, we check like what exactly, needs to be visible, and we wait for that. So here, for example, or maybe actually, wait a second. Oh, we can also do it here though. Let me see. So the is visible definitely needs the wait for. Okay. The is check definitely needs the wait for. The is enabled definitely need for the wait for. Is disabled. What is disabled? Oh, we probably need that too. If we do this or just this, I don't expect this to, just fail a bunch, right? Let's see how it goes. I'm working currently on my past browser plugin, okay? I'm gonna just recap a little bit for those who just arrived. So if you don't know me, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, and I have created actually this PHP testing framework, which is currently very popular in the PHP world. And I'm actually going to speak at Laracon US this summer, and I need to have Past4 ready. And Past4 will include a feature which is called the Past Plugin Browser, which sits on top of Playwright, which is the best browser testing you can have in 2025. And I'm bringing that to PHP. So that's exactly what I'm working on at the moment. Okay. The new MySpace of Generation Z, dude. I don't know the. I know there is a Generation Z, for example, or Gen Z or whatever. But what is my generation though? Like I'm 35. I'm from, I'm from this. 1,000. I'm from the 90s. Like, what is my generation at the moment? I have literally no idea. Generation hackers. Oh my god. Ishkai. I'm a millennium. Millennium. Okay. Millennial. Okay. So that would be me. Oh, Gen Z is like, okay. What else? There is anything else besides that? Alpha. Beta? No way. This is already like ChatGPT fucking with me at the moment. Gamma? Oh my god. Anyways, let's get some stuff done instead of just being here talking about Generation Z and everything. All right, so we have to wait for here. What happens on the is not visible? To be eaten. Okay. Oh, okay. We cannot do this either. This is so fucked up. Very interesting. Can I provide methods to the send message like wait for or whatever? Okay, that would be interesting if I can do something like wait for or whatever. Can I actually do this? Are we using this anywhere? No. Okay. You're a millennial? Okay. What is boomers though? What is boomers? Oh, my parents are boomers. Interesting. Okay. Insane. Jesus Christ. Why did these names for that stuff, by the way? Is that something new? Because I was not aware of it. All right, I cannot use the wait for because sometimes we don't need to wait for. So that's out of the equation already. I'm going to just do this real quick. Oh, I have an idea. On the is hidden, I'm going to actually just perform the regular API call so I can actually wait for it. You know what I mean? So here, instead of doing that, I'm going to actually do this. Can I do this? First of all, I need to check if I can do this. So past tests, browser locator. Oh my god, playwright locator. Is disable test. Yes, I can do this. This is awesome. Okay, so if I can do this, I can wait for this as well. And this will just work. No, I cannot do this because it's wait for. I need to literally say the state is visible. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So the enable will be the same thing. The checked will be the same thing. The visible will be the same thing. Nice, 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 nice. The hidden, though, will kind of not be there. So the state is hidden. Nice. I need to check if this is working first. Oof, and I also need to migrate this to a regular call. Here we go. He's hidden. Okay, please pass. Please pass, please pass, please pass, please pass. No, it's already like failing. Fuck. Why is that? Returns false for visible elements. Oh, this actually makes sense. This actually makes sense because it will just basically fail here at this point. Won't be a boolean, right? Nice, okay. One thing that sucks though is that if people are testing Need to think a little bit about this. Baby boomers? What is that? Tendai, thank you so much for the love on TikTok. Kurdichus, I'm literally building a plugin for Past PHP, which is a PHP testing framework. What are you guys working on, by the way? How is doing the week for you all? You guys didn't tell me that. Are you guys having fun so far? It's already Wednesday. Went to the gym already 3 times. Feeling strong, man. What's happening with my hair today? Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh, well, help desk. Interesting. Everyone SSS is saying, tomorrow is my last working day for this week. Excited to have an extended weekend. That will be awesome, man. The Ruby client always sends a timeout when using send message. What do you mean? Mohamed is saying, excited about Pokio. When could it become production ready? I don't think Pokio will ever be production ready, I think. Ronetto is saying, I'm refactoring a web app for my family company. That's awesome, man. Create with Eric is saying, Nuno, you're a classman. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm just so happy, like, you guys don't know, but I'm literally, spending an entire month without drinking. And let me show you. Let me show you, Shep. I'm literally spending an entire month without drinking, and honestly, it just feels good, honestly. I can already feel it on gym. Gym is just 1,000 times more productive now that I don't drink. And I can actually feel it. I'm sleeping better. Everything is just better, man. Like, honestly. And I may actually I'm doing the entire month of June, but I may actually continue on July too, honestly. If it continues to be as good, I may actually continue on this non-drinking streak, basically. All right, let's work on this one. So is Eden test? I'm gonna do bail too, so it fails at first. So the question is, I'm doing something like I expect. Let's go there. So the test failing is this one. I go to the element test, I visit the profile section, and I expect the locator is Eden to be false. I know why this is happening, because we shouldn't be using this directly. Like, honestly, this should be just this. Expect locator to be visible or hidden. Here we go. And with this, we never face this problem. The problem is from the test. It may be hidden. And this should be, it may not be hidden. We do have a lot of stuff to do regarding testing, chat. Okay? Which is fine. There's a lot of different people working on this, so it's kind of expected that things are going to, kind of off rails. That's something I was trying to explain to the people working on this project too, is that we do have a bunch of duplicated tests literally at the moment, because we have locator tests which are also being used on these expectations, and we don't need this. Like, literally, we don't need this. Things like to be visible, it's already being tested on the to be visible expectation, literally. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's already here. We don't need that. I'm gonna actually just remove this test, just like ChatGPT, just like AI would do, because we don't need this. This is the real test, to be hidden. And here I'm gonna do, this is supposed to be hidden, this is supposed to not to be hidden. Exactly. In this test should be 1,000 times faster. Tests. Browser. Expectations. To be hidden. So I expect this to be 1,000 times faster. Hopefully. You will fail too. Interesting. Let's see. So the first one failing is this one. So the both knots are failing at the moment. I have the locator, which returns back a visible name. And I expect that visible name not to be hidden. Yeah, the thing is that the not to be hidden should actually use the to be visible behind the scenes. That's something I will have to work on. Absolutely. Am I saying the following? Just continue not drinking, man. Your body recover less after you have been drinking. I know, man. I know that literally drinking affects a bunch the sleeping. And if you don't sleep well, you don't recover well muscle-wise, basically. I'm aware of that. Yep. Nope is saying, I've seen drinking ruin many, many, many lives. I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. FM Get is saying, one thing I don't understand is I've been using PHP and never used the framework or composer or any of those things. You probably should, man, honestly. Being using PHP, not using composer is kind of a red flag if I'm going to be honest with you. That means you are not doing modern PHP, man. Apologize saying this to you up front, but you know, I love my chat, I love my audience, and if you are doing PHP without composer, what the heck are you even doing, you know? I have literally no idea. Like how you even apply dependencies and things like that. Hey Luis, how you doing? Yeah, I don't have food before going to bed. I already had my last meal today, which was literally 1 hour ago. Yeah, I have a new keyboard. That will be awesome. Not having composer is like riding a bike without wheels. Exactly. Like, honestly. Okay. We don't need, or we do. Actually, I could potentially. Can I actually implement this not expectations? I cannot. Or maybe I can find behind the scenes if we need to wait for it. Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to go here. I'm going to type DD this. Go to the locator back. To be eaten test. And I want to run one of the failing ones, which will be this one. What do we have there? Oh, okay. So I cannot, you know, find if I'm working on an opposite expectation or not. That sucks. I could potentially do some magic, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm working on that await thing right now. But it's kind of challenging because, well, not that challenging, but I'm currently working on it at the moment. the knot 2 needs to use the is visible behind the scenes, otherwise this will never work. I think I'm gonna do this. How many knots we have though? Oh my god. Yeah, all these knots needs to go away. Yeah, I'm gonna remove them. We don't need them. All right, did we have the weight to all of them? Let me see. I'm gonna weight it to be editable. Expectations to be checked. Here we go. Okay, can I do this? What happens if I do this, just in case? So I don't need this too? Can you just remove it? I don't use the IDE UI of PHP Storm for running my tests, at least at the moment. Yeah, I'm integrating Playwright into Pest, indeed. Why should I try green tea instead of coffee? I love coffee. Yeah, there is a UI for tests, but I don't use it. I just use the terminal all the time. By the way, chat, if you don't know me, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you enjoy my content, give me a follow and a like just below. Takes literally 3 seconds. It helps a bunch my work. I would really appreciate that, all right? This theme is Cappuccino Macchiato. Yeah, all the knots needs to go away. Or, yeah, they need to go away. No knots. Exactly, Gizak, some co-working, man. Thank you so much for being there. I really appreciate that. That would be timeout exception from WebSocket. Thank you, thank you. Why do I use expectation API at all? Because it's literally the API from Playwright too. So if you go to Playwright, for example, you click on documentation, you go for something like let me see some examples. It's literally about expect to be visible, expect to be checked. You know what I mean? So it's kind of expected that I use the expectation, no pun intended. Okay. Yep. All right. So if the wait for times out, I'm gonna throw a new expectation failed. Element not found. People are going crazy with Pokio. You should not use Pokio in production, by the way, okay? It's not ready. Don't use Pokio, for God's sake. Do we need it? Do we also need those? I don't think we do even. Yeah, I don't think we do. All right, let's review one by one. We don't need any of those. It's just a bunch of wasted work. Input disabled, we don't need this one. Input disabled, we don't need this one too. We don't need this one too. We need one for the button, of course. We need, yeah, we can keep those three. Yep. Nice. Checks if the checkbox is check. Nice. We don't need any of those. A lot of successful applications started literally with index.php, and they are still index.php, okay? I don't like the migration down method. Does any of you use this migration down method? I don't. I feel it's a waste of time. Yeah, this will 1000% sure be better than Dusk. I don't think I will ever be at Laravel Live. You mean like the meetup? Yeah, I just do my stuff here, you know? There is no sense to go there. Agent is saying I removed the down method from the published stubs. That's a smart agent right there, man. Agent is one of us, man. Honestly, it's like one of the OGs of the Nuno Nation. Yeah, I like tea, man. Honestly, tea is a good, something I like to have at night sometimes. But during the day, I run on coffee. Luis Cruz is saying I'm an OG here too. Oh yeah. We don't need this. Oh my god, there is so many useless tests here. We don't need this. Ooh, we do need this one. Wait. Yeah, this is interesting. So buttons, enables, blah, 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 blah. We don't need this. How about this? We don't need this. No. Cannot believe that my stream today will be about just removing tests all the time. This one we can leave, actually. Here we go. All right, so in theory, in theory, the entire expectations folder is passing now. Let's see how it goes. So tests, browser, expectations. This should be all passing, even in parallel, or non-parallel, really. Okay, one failing. That's all right. Oh, it's because I did this. This hidden might be failing, actually, but let's see. Maybe not. Yeah, the hidden is failing, because I need the state hidden, actually. All right, let's go again. Here we go. Mark is asking, Nuno, will you be in the mostly technical Laracon pre-party? Yes, I will. Agent, I don't know if you noticed like why I was removing tests, but I can explain it if you want to. So basically, all the tests that were basically doing the not, I don't need them because something like, I'm going to show you, something like expect XYZ not to be visible. What this will actually do behind the scenes is expect XYZ to be hidden. You know what I mean? In the to be hidden is already being tested in isolation. So, I don't actually need to test the not because it's already been tested on a to be hidden. That's it. Okay, cool. That is actually no better feeling than removing that code, honestly. I love that. Luis Cruz is asking, what is the wait for? Well, you guys know? Someone was asking, like, when are you going to use the await? Well, the wait for it is the await, effectively. Okay? I'm basically waiting for the element to be hidden before testing if it's actually hidden, All right. So still about tests, we don't need any test at this level, at locator level, that is being already used by the expectations. Okay, so stuff like click test will remain here. However, things like, let me see, things like is editable, visible, checkable, all this stuff needs to go away because we already have tests for this. All right, I'm going to literally just remove this. We don't need this. But the select will remain, the press will remain, you know, all of those, we still need them, of course. Yeah, all of this stuff, we still need this, okay? All right. How we are in terms of running the entire test suite, though? Let's see. Yeah, deleting code feels awesome, you know? Feels absolutely awesome. Something I noticed, though, is the test suite is not as fast as before now, which is kind of interesting. Maybe we left a repeat anywhere? We don't. Interesting. Okay, let's run the entire test suite to see where we are at the moment. Oopski is asking, what do you think about security when you code on public? I don't know, man. I just I don't think too much about that, to be honest. You know, until today, I was lucky or fortunate enough to not actually have any security problems on the apps I develop. But things are open source, and also like everyone does mistakes, to be honest. You know, if you do a mistake, and if you didn't do intentionally, it's fine. You know, there is nothing you cannot do. You know, I'm pretty sure like if someday I have a security issue on one of the apps I've developed, I mean I did it intentionally, so you know, that's it. Okay, nice. So we no longer have Flaky Test Suite, which is actually important. Let me see. Yep. All right, everyone is asking like what I'm working. I'm gonna actually fix that problem. Let me try something. Let me go here. Working on past plugin browser for past PHP. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Are you welcome, man? The agent didn't write these tests. Partly was me, but you know, other people that worked on this project. This is looking good though now, right? We have a risky test, which we can probably remove, is this one, basically. I'm gonna just basically write here, expect 2 to be true, because I want to keep this test for playground testing, basically. All right, chat. We should be good though. The next thing I want to work on is making sure that is actually a separate database for each one of the workers. This is something we talked about, like a separate database, separate cache, blah, 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 blah. Let me see this first though. Execution window destroyed. What is this? Most likely because of navigation. It can wait for element state. So this one, I go to that place. I get, okay, this is waiting for the load already. Okay, so this is basically waiting for it to be finished. And then I get by ID. Oh, do we need to wait for the element here? It might be it actually too. Let me see. Oh, we are waiting here already. I can just do wait for. But the visible does that though. Create some box like Laracasts with Pokio. Actually, there is some people on Twitch who have this today thing, which I can probably do, you know, so everyone can understand what I'm working on. You know what I mean? Wait, what? I have the translation feature enabled on YouTube Shorts. Do I? I think they enabled that by default. Honestly, I'm gonna remove that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Oopsky's saying, I'm working on a bigger project on my own, and I think about live coding like that. It's a public production project, not locally. Yeah, you know, I also only bring stuff which is open source. So every time I'm working on live streaming, I'm literally just bringing open source stuff. It's not actually like client projects, you know. Constantine Ross is saying the following. Hey Nuno, asking about the past plugin API. Oh, how does the plugin autoload in browser trait play together? Adding the new page method. Yeah, I can explain you real quick. So basically, when you have a past plugin, you have this autoload.php class. And what it does is that you can expose public or global functions, and page is actually one of them. So this will actually load this function into the global namespace. But you also have this plugin uses, and with this you can provide a trait, basically. This trait, as you can see, is just a regular public function method page. And what this does is that it basically brings you, you know, a page method to this variable in your tests, okay? I feel like this is just better than using this page, just a regular function. I would go that way, but, you know, you can use both, really. Wait, what? We have a to-do? What the fuck? Oh? We don't have wait, what? No, I'm confused. Yeah, we don't have any to do. We do? Wait, what? Oh, it handles edge cases. Okay. Oh, interesting. Find a way to handle zero-width elements gracefully. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a very cool thing about past PHP. You can have literally to-dos like this, which is kind of cool. You just have to provide dash dash to-dos and that's it. Yeah, the trait is a wrapper. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, to-dos are actually pretty cool on past. I love it. Okay, we have this issue of execution context was destroyed, most likely because of navigation. What is this? I'm gonna actually just Google it. Oh wow, 37 likes already. This sounds bad. Jesus Christ. Is that bad? To-dos are a feature that I wish every framework had. Do you know, actually, the very first framework in the world bringing to-dos was past PHP. However, there is actually a framework that also implemented to-dos after, you know. So VTest, they now have to-dos. And I'm pretty sure this literally came from past PHP. Kind of cool that, people always like say that PHP just steals functionalities here and there. But then you see like frameworks as popular as VTest literally just get inspired by past PHP, which is kind of crazy, honestly. Past obviously get inspiration from these frameworks too. It's just so cool that we can learn all together, honestly. Where do I define new functions like expect to be hidden? That happens. That's something that I do at like this. I type expect, extend, and then it just works. And then PHP Storm, because it's just the best editor in the world, will automatically expose, as you can see here, with good auto-completion, which is pretty cool. Yeah, team management. They don't have that yet, though, at least. Hey, Partzy, how you doing? Elson is asking, how long do you work typically in your projects each day? And how many hours do you think a developer can stay productive a day? That's a good question. I feel like I work probably 7-8 hours for Laravel a day, and then I still work at night like 3-4 hours every single day. So I make 12 hours a day. But I'm not like 12 hours straight productive. That's literally impossible. You know what I mean? Okay, Shed, I have literally no idea where this problem comes from. And I also don't want to fix this today. So what I will do is fix this another day. Okay. I'm gonna type this, git commit. Yeah, git commit. -m adjusts existing tests. Okay. Now, something I want to do today, chat, is actually very cool. I want to be able to test if we are actually using a different database every single time. This will be super challenging, okay? All right, let's see if we can do this. This will be super challenging. So here I have a regular Laravel app inside of this stuff. Do we have a composer.json? We do. So the first thing I'm going to do is making sure this composer.json is using past4. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to jump to this playground and type composer update. So this Laravel app starts using composer or past4. Oh, okay. Here we go. Bam, 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 boom. This should include past4. Here we go. I should be using equally, or at least I do expect this to be using SQLite for testing. Not yet. Here we go. Let's do that. Here we go. I should be able to type vendor bin past. Here we go. Now, the next step is include the past plugin browser, which is the one we are working on. So let's type here past PHP, past plugin browser, and include the version 4.2. Type again composer update. This should include the past plugin browser on this project. However, it's not added yet to packages, so we need to work on that too. So let's go to packages.org and submit this plugin. If you don't know, packages is like the repository of packages of PHP, okay? So let's submit this stuff, and do not use this. Jesus Christ. The last time I told you to not use Pokio, you guys went straight to use Pokio in production. Let me show you. So this dude, I've released this Pokio package. Oh, this is not the one. It's no Pokio. Okay. Here we go. And there is this dude. Oh, my MySQL server is now crashing. Dude, what you don't understand is that I have here, don't use this in production. On bold. You know, like, I'll use this tomorrow at work. Oh my god, I just stopped talking because, you know, it's just useless. Just don't use this stuff when I tell you to, okay? All right, past plugin browser. Let's go here, submit this stuff, check, bam, bam, bam. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so it's submitted, added to packages. What else? This should be good, right? I should be able to type composer update and get this here. Here we go. Pass plugin browser for the first time ever being included on this stuff, okay? Let's move here, maybe here? I don't even know. Oh, I'm going to remove this. Fuck it. There we go. All right, so technically, I can go here. And I mean, technically, again, I do have a passing test suite. Here we go. I should be able, Shad. This is like the very first time I'm using this stuff on a real project, okay? This is actually the first time. So I should be able to do this. And I mean, right? Route home or whatever. How many routes do we have? Let me see. Okay, let's actually create one for us, okay? Let's type something like this. Get database and return something like database name equals to... How do I fetch my database name? Let's just return Nuno Nation for now. Let's have something stupid. Nuno Nation, okay? And the name of this route will be called database. Okay. So now I go back here and I have database route being visited. Why this is like route not found? Seriously? The fuck? All right, never mind. What else? Let's actually, instead of doing this, let's return just regular HTML. Yep. Do I want to do this? Let's do a regular view. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Database.play.php. All right. Let's go all the way top. We don't need this to be pretty. We can just do H1. Nuno. Wait, what? Nunito? No. Nuno Nation. Wait, what? Nuno Maduro. Nice. Nuno Nation. All right. I go back here. And I return the view database. Okay. Meaning that technically, and I mean technically, I should be able to fetch the H1 locator and have the text Nuno Nation. Nuno Nation database. Do we have a to have text? To have... We don't have the to have text. Wait, what? No possible. Does Playwright have... Oh, wait. We may have to implement this to have text real quick. Oh, of course they do. Okay, we need to do this real quick. Oh yeah, this plugin will work with React in Vue. It's exactly because of that we are doing this, by the way. It's so we have actually something that allows to test inertia and everything like that, you know? It's a real browser, exactly, Adrian. Nunito, that would be a good one, right? You remind me of a whole colleague, always cursing when noticing something, an obvious mistake he made. Looks like a few my company's apps will die this week. Why is that? Rondev is asking, how do you commit properly? I have actually a YouTube video about that topic. Go to my YouTube channel and search for commits. But I typically follow the how is it called? Commit conventional or whatever it's called. Yeah, I use conventional commits. I use this thing. Okay. But in other words, typically you want to commit like an entire fix or an entire feat or a breaking change. But in theory, the way this works is that if I'm developing something from scratch, I don't care. I go full whip, just crazy, fast and whatever. But if I need to release something, I release the thing and then I go slowly, surely with feat, fix, and breaking change. Okay? All right, let's focus, chat. So I need the 2f text, which is not done yet. So let's work on that real quick. Let's go back, and this should be fairly quickly. So the only thing I have to do is go here. And I already have the 2f title, so it's literally a copy-paste. 2f text, 2... Oh, we have the text content already, even. So this should just work. That's it. That's the only thing we have to do. Obviously, we need the test for this as well, too. So I'm going to go to browser, expectations, and we have this 2f text test.php, which should work very similar to this. And here I'm going to replace this with 2f text. And we can effectively use the database already to test this. Do I want to use that at point though? I don't think I want to use that at point. Let me use a regular endpoint for this. The ones we already have. Resources, index. All right, let's use this one for example. I expect to have text. Past is a testing. So I'm going to fetch the first H3 and expect this to have past is a testing. All right, this should be good. Oop. Not the correct one. Sorry. This one. Oh, this also will be a locator. Okay. So let's go here. I'm going to fetch the H3 and expect that H3 to have past is whatever, I think. Yep. All right, here we go. And I expect this to not have text. PHP unit is a testing framework. Here we go. And finally, I also need to adjust this. This needs to be a locator. And the locator needs to give me back the text content, blah, blah, blah. All right, this should be good. Let's see how it goes. Tests. Not at this level. Vendor bin pass tests. Browser expectations to have text. All right, we do have literally a problem on the line 75. Oops, forgot this. Okay, we have one test passing, but one failing. Oh. Yeah, this is not to be, it's to contain. There we go. This should be good now. Yes. All right, cool. This is done. The next step is what? I need to push this stuff. Yep. Feed adds to f text. I'm gonna push this. Go back Go playground. Have the composer update to fetch a new expectation. There we go. And we are back to the playground example. Okay, so I fetch the raw database and expect the locator L1 to have text new donation database. Come on, chat. Please make this work. Oh, connection refused. Yep, I know why this is happening, because we haven't implemented yet the HTTP server for Laravel apps. Why composer update runs Vite? Because I need to have the playwright installed globally, and I want to make sure that happens all the time. Luis Cruz is saying to have or contain. Well, they have the to have, so, you know, I'm going to just reuse that. Thank you, Adrian. It's already working. Thank you. Hey, Chirking. I'm working on a past plugin browser API. Okay. How do I start the HTTP server? Okay, I may have an idea. Let's go to the source, playwright. No. Server manager. Wait, what? It should just work. Okay, let me think. Tips for combating burnout. We talked about this a few times already. I think, you know, working out is important. Having healthy food is important. And that helps a bunch, at least on my side, you know. I feel like I'm way more productive, but also, you know, I'm way less stressed if I, you know, exercise every day and if I have healthy food all the time. Something would be cool though. It's kind of sim link, but let me try that real quick. So I don't have to include this. Can I have like this? Let me try this. Repositories. The path for, I don't know if this will work, but the path for the past plugin browser will be at lower level. I think this should just work. Let me try this. Yeah, we'll do a recursion. What are the options I have? I have an idea. Let me try to move all dependencies we have here to the underlying package. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and then within Playground, I'm gonna literally say that the auto load is one level above. Same go on the public folder index.php. The auto load is one level above. All right, let's see if this works. I should be able to remove the vendor directory. And this should actually still work. No, that was close. Oh, I need to type composer update. So on focus mode right now, chat. Like, honestly, it just feels so good. Past service provider not found. Wait, what? We don't need this. And honestly, we also don't need this. I'm going to still leave it. Hey, Tenhan, how you doing? Chat, don't forget, next Friday we are going to have the creator of Filament with us next Friday, 7 p.m. UTC. And next Monday we have Jeffrey Way. Okay, chat? Just subscribe to the channel if you want to see those two folks on my stream next Friday and next Monday. Okay? And if you enjoy my work, you can subscribe too. Oof, I think I know what's happening. Playground. Wait, can I type just PHP Artisan, for example? I cannot. What is this? Wonder if it's like any cached content. Yeah, like this shit. This Friday, next Monday, exactly. Hey Mircha, how you doing? Taha, I'm literally working on the past plugin for past PHP. Use AI, bro. Dude, honestly, AI can do shit on this stuff. Because it's so open source library development that AI has literally no idea how to develop this stuff. And probably I'm just faster than AI at this point. At least for this kind of stuff. AI is good for, you know, regular daily work. You know, CRUD tables, just regular apps, pizza menus. But if you give any kind of software work, actually, it just cannot do shit. This is not VS Code. This is literally the... this theme is called... Let me see. Let me show you. Oh, Cappuccino Mochiato on PHP Storm. Yeah, for SaaS is definitely good for AI development for sure. Yep, Filament 4. That will be interesting for sure. Roberto99 is saying AI writes codes in minutes, but you debug it for days. That's something else too. So confused here. Let me try something. Past service provider not found, but it's been included. Like, what the actual fuck? Like, it's right there. Let's debug this. Okay, if the past one is the only one failing, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna literally just remove it. Oh my god, I forgot to include it. That's why I was failing. Jesus Christ. But honestly, we don't need it, right? Yeah, but I'm gonna still include it. I'm gonna still go for it. All right. How about now? Here we go. We back to work. Okay, so all of this to check why the server manager was not booting the HTTP process. So let's go here, base directory. What do we have if we run the test suite like normal? So vendor being passed. We have playground. Wait, do I still have vendor here? Why is that? I need to remove this. So I need to go one folder above, vendor being passed. This will be tough. This will be very tough. Okay. Wait. Cannot open Bootstrap script. Pass plugin browser, playground, vendor autoload. Cannot open Bootstrap. Oh, that's at PHP unit level. Gotcha. Let's go all the way top and let's do this. Not this. This. Here we go. So that should actually work now. Chat, I do understand that this stuff is very, very weird to understand. Honestly, just people like me that do framework development kind of understand this crap. It's just a hard reality, man. Okay, so this error makes sense because Laravel doesn't know the path because it's not even booted, so I cannot use this. What can I use though? Ooh, maybe I can use the current directory. Yeah, let's do that. Let's maybe try to do something like if file exists. If the file on the current directory, so get cwd artisan exists, then the base directory is the current one. Yep, this should work. We do have some var dump or dd somewhere printing stuff. Where is this coming from? Do you guys know, chat? Maybe a dump that I left somewhere? Oh my god, I did left a dump somewhere, I don't know where. Oh my god, this will be tough now. I'm gonna type here, remove the directory vendor and just reinstall everything. Better check if the core class exists. That's actually a good point. Technically, I can do something like if... Yeah, that's a good idea, Adrian. Are you able to follow this stuff? That's insane, chat. App path. How is it called a function, though? App path. So if the function exists, app path, meaning that we are in Laravel, because only Laravel has this stuff, and the current directory has artisan, then the base directory is the current one. All right, so what are we even doing? Okay, we are running the playground testing. For the first time testing Laravel on this stuff. So let's go there and type vendor being passed, which still print stuff. What the actual fuck? Do we have a DD anywhere or a var dump? We don't. Where this is coming from? Oh my god, a literally DD right here. What the fuck am I even doing? Okay, chat. One failing test. The class started URL doesn't exist. So this is actually expected. This is happening because... Is this expected? I don't think it is. Yeah, people do not delete the artisan file. How much sanity do you still have left? A bunch, dude. Left a dump somewhere. That's a good one, man. Okay, why I'm not able to... Should I do this? Past use test case. Maybe just this. Test case not found. Wait, what? Oh, because I need to literally instruct Composer at root level that my PSR4 autoload dev also have that stuff. Okay. So autoload or dev autoload. How is it called, the autoload that just loads stuff on dev? Do you guys remember? I literally have a blank right now. Autoload. Autoload dash dev. Okay, so we need this. And we do this. And the autoload dash dev will include the stuff on the playground. Yep. So I need this. Yep. And this will point to playground dash tests. And I also need the app one, which should point to playground slash app. I think that's it. Well, technically, I could do the factories. Let's actually do all of them, yeah. Playground database, playground seeders. How about now? We are very close, chat. Still class started where all doesn't exist. Okay, that's weird. It's not able to detect this route. Why? I'm wondering if it's related to some sort of magical thing of past. Because this should just work. Test case not found. Oh, I need to type composer dump. So the PSR4 is again loaded now. Okay, this should be good now. Okay. Failed opening required bootstrap app.php. Oh. Yeah, this is good. Wait, what? Oh, thank you, Luis. That's a good function, Elias, Adrian. Yeah, this is hard. This is stuff that is hard to follow, man. And I do get that, by the way. It's kind of crazy that it's like more than 100 people watching at the moment. And, this is literally library development. It's very hard to follow. And I do get that. But, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Again, this live session, it's literally focus time. So the goal of this is not actually teach you stuff. It's just, working with you guys or co-working with you guys. So I really appreciate you guys being on that side, okay? Oh, thank you so much for the feedback. Huh? I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. No way. You can actually have that function in PHP? No way we can use regular emojis. No way. Let me try that. Wait. That would actually be cool. Oh, wait. Do you guys think this is actually something common across languages, that you can actually have emojis on functions? I had no idea, man, that PHP supports this. Also in CSS? Are you serious right now? Oh my god. This is actually cool. I'm gonna do a segment for YouTube because it's actually way more fun than I thought. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's happening here? What's happening with my terminal? Just going crazy. What the fuck? Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, it's better. Emojis for variable names? That would be cool if it's supported too. No, it's not supported. It's complaining already, I think. Are you serious right now? This is kind of ridiculous, honestly. Honestly. I'm gonna make a segment for YouTube. This will be fun. All right, Shad, I'm gonna teach you something that nobody literally knows. Did you know that you can actually use emojis on PHP? Not like on Views or Blade Views or React code. I'm talking actually on PHP code. Let me show you. I'm gonna literally go here and just do this. Variable fire equals to Nuno, okay, or Nuno Nation effectively. And then I'm gonna echo hi $sign fire. Watch this out. Just literally emojis on variables. And even better, we can actually have functions, for example. So let me show you. I'm going to type function fire, for example. And within this, I'm going to literally just type echo, what's up? What the hell is this? Yeah, that's actually a good one. And then I'm going to invoke this fire. Just watch this. Just watch this. Bam, bam, bam. Isn't this cool, chat? I honestly think this is actually pretty cool. It's insane. Like, can we have a classifier? Because if that's possible, I quit. Oh my god. It is actually, honestly, you guys are probably you guys are probably thinking like, why do I use this? Or why would I use this? I see an infinite possibilities with that stuff, you know? It's crazy, honestly. It's crazy. New fire. I'm gonna do a library, honestly. I'm gonna do a library that to interact with the library, you need to use an emoji. Because technically, just watch this. Just technically, you could do something like this. Public function. No, better. Static function. Let's say DD, for example. Okay, you can have static function DD, and then this will just behave like DD behind the scenes. And now to use this stuff, you just have to do fire DD, for example, with something inside. Yep, just works. I see an infinite number of possibilities. This is actually insane. Can you guys think of anything else where we would use this? Isgard, thank you so much. Namespace? Oh my god, it also works, man. I think it works. It does work. It's just an emoji. That's it. But it just works as well. It's kind of insane. Sun inherits from fire. Oh my god. I see so many possibilities. I can tell you already, I'm going to develop a PHP project that uses emojis. Honestly. Yeah, backticks can run commands on the console. I actually know that one. This is an interesting one, chat. Let's clap for emojis, chat. Let's clap for emojis in PHP. So cool. All right, that was a good one. This is the way to reach the TikTok audience. Oh my god. I can tell you, like, this will probably be my most watched TikTok for sure. All right, chat. I want to finish a live stream by doing the playground or fixing the playground stuff. So let's go there. Let me remove this. And I want to finish a live stream by fixing that stuff. Playground. All right. So if I type vendor being passed, what was the problem? Well, apparently multiple ones, but test case cannot be used. Why is that? Oh, it's already working. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, I need to reduce the font. Okay, so we don't need this. Wait. Yeah, but technically I shouldn't have to type composer update here. That's interesting, but yeah, the playground does not have a vendor directory. in theory, doesn't even have a composer.json. So I'm going to just remove this stuff. All right, so the next problem is Laravel is not, or this past PHP file is not actually including this test case on the feature folder. Why this would ever happen? Jesus Christ. What is this? Bootstrap app.php. Ah, I think I know what this is. Okay. There is so many code on Laravel that I have made myself. Like, literally, this stuff was me a couple of years ago. That's why I knew it was this stuff already. Okay, so I want to go one directory above bootstrap.php and then load the kernel with the bootstrap. Which one it is? It's this one. Okay, how about now? Make on string. Didn't I include the thing? Oh, this is require. One above bootstrap PHP. What is wrong now? Oh. Let's fucking go. Finally. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have the correct route. You guys can see this DD is finally working just like I want. In the test is still failing, but that's fine. Okay, we are close, chat. We are actually very close. I feel we are very close to have the very first Laravel application working with browser testing on past PHP. So connection refused. Connection refused. This is not the problem. So why would this happen? This would happen because the server manager is not yet loading this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to DD the base directory. This should give me like PHP playground. Okay, this is actually what I want. And this process is failing. PHP artisan serve. Okay, so can I type PHP artisan serve here? I can. So if I can, why wouldn't that thing load? Connection refused. Connection refused. Wait, this IP is not correct. This port. Hey, Pick and Flow, how you doing? Welcome, man. It's been a while. Those emojis, honestly, will be so fun to do a video about that. I think it'll be super fun. All right, chat. We are close, man. We are actually close. We have one passing test, which is the unit one, but we need this one passing. And currently, this stuff is not loading. Okay, let's focus. Which server is this one? This is... The port is incorrect. Like, if I type here, I'm going to type starting playwright server on port... Okay, playwright is being started on 8077. Okay, so this is not the one for sure. This is the problem. Okay, this is the problem. So I'm going to type dump this php. I'm going to dump the base directory plus this entire command to see how it goes. Actually, I may do this at this level even. Why the fuck are we going to 9357? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Jesus Christ. On the .env, we are doing this. Like, why are we doing this? Okay, I know why we are doing this. Because on the HTTP server, I need to tell the PHP artisan command serve that the app URL is not this one, but the one I have started the server with. Okay, so on the server manager, here, I need to send environment variables. How can I do that? Here I can do that, yep. We're so close, chat, like literally. We are so mega close. You guys have no idea how close we are at the moment. Jordan Dalton is saying the following. One moment, we are a genius, and next moment, not. Honestly, that's the reason why I will code forever. Because it's fun. I literally enjoy, man. I literally enjoy this roller coaster of thinking that I know what I should do and then just fix the problem and then see it working. It's just so rewarding, man, honestly. It just like gives me purpose, honestly. It's so good. Hey, Wrinkly, you know nothing about coding? You know, working on my own stuff. If you don't do any coding, this is literally called open source, meaning that I literally code and everyone can see me coding, but also access to my GitHub repo, which contains all of the open source code. People can literally see everything about my code. And yeah, just having fun, man. Welcome to the live stream, by the way. If you don't know me, my name is Nuno Maduro. I am a PHP Laravel developer, and I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you enjoy my work, give me a follow. All right, chat, we are close. So this is app URL, which is what we need to send. One question though, if I'm sending on the server manager, no, on the process create, if I'm sending this stuff, why would Laravel use something else? That's confusing. Okay, that's weird. You guys know what I mean? Oh, maybe, no, it's not. Or maybe it is. Let me think. No, it's not. Okay. So I'm sending app URL equals to one of these two. However, Laravel is still like falling back into using this old one. Why? I'm confused now. Let me check the PHP unit to see if there is any environment variable. There is not. So why the fuck Laravel still uses this one? No, I do send the port at some point. That's fine. Because you didn't write PHP artisan config cache. It's actually, I don't think that's a problem, but I'm going to still, type config clear just in case. That's not the problem, yeah. Well, in theory, I could try something real quick, just in case. I could try something real quick to see if it works. But it would be stupid if it does. Like this. Oh, I need an equal here. Nope. Still wasn't the old one. What the fuck? Come on, Nuno. Think a little bit. App URL equal? Yeah, that's what I have at the moment. Still not that. Come on, Adrian. Come to me with, even event doesn't work if the config is cached. Yeah, but it's not cached. I'm literally typing PHP artisan config clear or clear. So I have literally nothing cached at the moment. But it's still somehow using the old or the one I have defined on the .env. That's super confused. What command do I run? PHP artisan serve. Do you have duplicates on the .env? No, I don't. Just regular, just regular .env stuff. Okay, no, I don't. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think about, Adrian. Maybe like, actually I can test that. I can just go here and dump env app URL. I can literally do this. Wait, what? This must be something so stupid. It's like so annoying. Oh my god, I know what it is. Oh my god, This is literally just overworking. Oh my god. Chat, I just know what it is now. Oh my god. Alright, we good, chat. I just know what it is already. All good, all good, all good. Alright, let me just refactor this all back to the way it was real quick. So basically the PHP Artisan Serve is doing what it's supposed to do, okay? The problem is that when we are running vendor bean past, by the time we are evaluating this route, literally the server used behind the scenes is still this one, okay? So I'm gonna not solve this problem now, I think. And one quick solution, just temporarily, is just go here and do this. But in theory, I need to find a way of discovering the correct server being used when we launch something like this. Okay? I will have to think about that. But for now, I think this will just work. Potentially. Okay, we got a timeout, which is not bad. Yeah, we'll be... Well, potentially I don't have to intercept Adrian. Potentially the only thing I have to do is... At this point, at this point where I'm aware of the app URL that needs to be used, at this point, I just need to do this, like config... and then go to get app. This actually may work. Like if I try it right now, I just need to set a different config on this key, basically. You know what I mean, Adrian? Like honest, let me try real quick. This is super disgusting though, but it's something like this that we need. Yeah, it's too early to adapt to. Yeah, I will have to think about this later, but it's something like around these lines, basically. All right, let's just focus a little bit on hard coding now, or at least for now, the server, and making this test work, okay? So we are able to fetch a locator, but it's obviously failing to check that we have that text, so let's understand why. Okay, so we are able to fetch a locator, which is good. What happens if I do text content, for example? It does fail because it doesn't detect the H1 on the page. If I do though, page text, can I do this? Yes. Yeah, fixing it will be easy for sure, indeed. We do have an H1 though. What the fuck? If I do just H1 and then inner HTML, let's try that. Yep, let's try this for now. This should output something at least. How about just HTML? Okay, we do have something. What is this entire crap, though? Oh. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, it's the main page because we have this test thing. Okay. Are we reaching here at least? We are not. Oh, we are. I see a var dump already. Oh, that's nice. So database view cannot have this. Can I do this? Just this? I'm gonna simply just do body tags because this is so much stuff. Can I just have H1? Just this? Yes! Let's go. Alright, chat. Moment of truth. Get the H1 HTML and fucking check if the text Nunonation database is there. Alright, chat. That wasn't, you know, took a while, but it's at least this is working, okay? This is one first step for many that are to come, but at least we're able to have our very first test of the PAST plugin browser working on the real Laravel app with a few workarounds, but at least it's working as expected. You know? I hope like all this stuff will pay off at the end and just be much, much, much faster than Dusk, but also, you know, much better in terms of user experience too. Okay? That was a good one. Thank you, Luis. It is a broken pipe? Yeah, I saw it. Yep, I saw it. Chat, I really appreciate you guys, you know, being on that side with me today. Literally doing a bunch of debugging, a bunch of diving into very magical stuff on PHP. A lot of the things I have done today, this is literally like, when you guys come up to me and you ask me like, how do you come up with many ideas like Pokio or past PHP, for example. Like sometimes you see things like functions like eat, expect, and how the hell all this magical stuff is working behind the scenes? Well, it was thanks to a lot of crafting magic-wise, like we are doing right now, you know, like literally challenging a little bit the normal things, okay? Typically, obviously, you know, if you ask me to do a Laravel application and just do tables and views and forms, that stuff is like kind of obvious where to go. However, when you work on library development, a lot of the time you spend is literally just, you know, crafting unknown things. And that's exactly what we have done today. We have done a bunch, honestly. Like, just looking at what we have today done, it's just kind of crazy. We have literally a regular package, which is called Past Plugin Browser, with a playground inside of it, which is a regular Laravel application. This Laravel application is sharing the same autoload as the package, and we are able to literally run the test suite on the Laravel app while using the plugin, which is at root level, and still have this working as expected, which is kind of crazy. Okay. What is the best way of doing console debugging? DD, man. DD forever, you know what I mean? Anyways, chat, I really appreciate you guys being on that side. I'm going to literally just meet with friends. It's already late, but I'm going to still try to do that. I'm going to meet with friends real quick. Love you all and catch you guys next Friday. As a reminder, next Friday we have the creator of Filament. This Friday, not next Friday, this Friday, we have the creator of Filament coming to the channel. And next Monday, we have Jeffrey Way, okay? I'm counting on you guys to be here so we can have a funny live coding session on Filament 4, but also have a bunch of content next Monday on Laracast, okay? That being said, let's rate someone as usual to see who is online at the moment. If you don't know, I always like to rate people on Twitch. It's basically just sending all my viewers to a specific channel. Let's see if we have someone doing PHP at the moment. No PHP. How about Laravel? No Laravel either, I think. So I guess we go with JavaScript. No JavaScript either. I'm going to just rate Maya Rayner, which is one of my favorite streamers. She's doing TypeScript, which is awesome. All right, chat. Yeah, Maya Rayner, she is cool indeed. You know, she's one of the streamers that I used to watch a lot. So appreciate you guys liking her streams too. Okay, chat? Catch you guys next Friday, all right? That being said, peace out.